Okay, all you are Talk fans, this is Mitsu12 here with Slify. And we're going to be doing I think it's the third edition of Talk, fourth edition of Talk, where we'll be discussing the brand new cards again. And this week we got a weird, it's a weird edition actually, because we got 2 vortex and then 2 other cards for some reason. It was kind of threw everyone off, I think. I don't know.
I wasn't expecting that at all.
No, it's very weird. I don't know why they've done it though, but whatever. Whatever the case, we shall continue and all that. So, what's your broad kind of, I don't know, opinions on all the new cards, basically? What do you think of this release?
It was an average release. I was kind of disappointed because we didn't get 4 Vortex cards like I was expecting.
Yeah.
So, the fact that Vortex only has 10 cards now, I don't really like, because most clans start off with 6 plus 6 plus 6, which is 18. Yeah, there we go.
So you have a lot of variety then, don't you? So.
Right. So now they only have 10 cards, so they can't, 10 cards is, you can still make decks with 10 cards, but it's not really enough to, make elaborate decks off of, unless you're half decking it all the time. So, I don't really like it. I do like some of the other cards though, so I don't hate the release. It's just not what I was expecting.
Yeah, I think you're saying about, they haven't got, enough cards to make, a good, kind of deck. They might make a good half deck, whatever, but not, a good mono deck, whatever. And I have to, agree with you there, because, I was saying, slightly earlier to you, about, their DT chances, and it went down like a lead balloon. It was awful. So, it would have been so much nicer if they had 2 more cards, and maybe they might have got, another 6 damage card, or maybe they could have got their leader, what's his face, Drug or something it is.
Yeah, something like that. I was surprised we didn't see it, and I hope he actually does become a card, because every other leader has become a card before, so it'd be nice if he actually came into this world. What will it?
Yeah. I think it's funny though, because I had a conversation with one of my guild mates in the chat room, whatever, about the brand new Vortex card, whatever. And I said it'd be so much funny. It'd be so funny if the Vortex leader was this little puny, weedly, alien, whatever. It'll be with a little tiny little plasma gun or something. That'd be so funny, man.
Great. I would totally love that.
It'd be if it has 8 power or something.
He's an 8/8 with stop off ability.
Yeah, that'll be insane. But I'm disappointed though that they still haven't got very good DT chances actually, because it would be nice if you are actually sent in a clan that wasn't always elo focused per se, because they've had with the Scales release, they were more kind of elo based and everything. Rescue, I don't know, maybe more survival or whatever. Freaks were more support. Half decks for Elo, and Jungo were they're all pretty much Elo really. Elo
right.
Based in mind really. So it would be nice if they released a counter to those, those Jackies and those Evolas and everything in DT that just absolutely ruin your life.
The problem with a clan, just to counter uppers in general, is that uppers has a lot of cards that are so overpowered that if you made a card just to counter that Jackie, it might counter a lot of other things in the actual metagame that make it overpowered as well.
Yeah.
So unless you want a clan of a lot of ELO banned cards, which is a huge bummer. That's why no one uses uppers and ELO anymore, because all their good cards are banned, and now they have crap cards to put other clans.
Yeah.
So it's a win-lose thing.
I know, it would be nice if they got some good, because it would make the DT metagame so much better. It's absolutely shit right now.
Right, 98% of the time that I play Urban Rivals, it is definitely DT. So I would love something that would help the DT metagame, even more than ELO metagame, even though everyone loves ELO more, so I can't really say anything.
Yeah. Anyway, right, we shall move on to the brand new cards and everything now, and talk about them individually and everything. So, let's firstly talk about Sea-Wing, and, I think they, interestingly enough, they've actually put I think they had Seablade and all that, and now they have Sea-Wing. I don't know if they're going to have D foot or something like that. It would be quite
I want
interesting.
C-gun, C-tank,
C-gun.
C-bazooka.
It's really, really bad naming here, really, I don't know. But at least it's easy to say, so whatever.
Yeah, I can pronounce it, I like it.
Pronounce it, yeah, at least the two Vortex releases you actually can be able to pronounce actually this time. But anyway, alright, at 2 stars is a 6/3 and has an ability of defeat -2 life, minimum 2. So what's your kind of first opinions on when you saw the card and everything and how you played with it, I guess? Well, I don't know if you did actually, to think about it now.
I got to play them. Like, well, just to give everyone a broad thing, when I was testing these cards out, I only had the 2 Vortex cards, so I had to make 6/2 decks. Which
kind of,
might
not really
sound okay, but it's not at all. So there was a lot of losing involved. Like, and C-Wing's great at losing, so I wasn't complaining that much. C-Wing is the ultimate loser, and I mean that in the nicest way possible. Because, defeat, you want to lose. You want to get both of things. He can make a surprise attacker, like I said in my review, and he does make nobody expects an attacking C-Wing.
Yeah.
But he's not that good at it.
There's only 3 damage, sorry. It's just like, oh, well, that's kind of disappointing. I mean, I've actually tried doing some surprise C-Wings attacks, but at the end of the day, I mean, most of the time, if your opponent's going to start off with a card thinking, oh yeah, the C-Wing's going to come out here or something, but usually most of the time, you don't. I think my experience is they haven't tried to risk their huge kind of Jackie cards or whatever. I don't know, maybe not, but they would put like an averagey card, like a 3-star or whatever. And so when you do the C-Wing surprise attack at 2 pills, it's really not as effective because you're doing only about 3 damage for 2 pills. So it's like, that's all right, but like I don't know, it's not really amazing, really.
Right, like. Even, let's say I'm fighting a guy with C-Wing out, and I'm gonna play Dorian, because I always use Dorian as my example for every situation. So, like, if I play Dorian, I'm not gonna 0-pill Dorian just because a C-Wing is coming out. I'm gonna at least use 2 pills, or 1 pill or something. Just, just because
just be safe.
Yeah.
But I mean, the annoying thing with the thing is with C-Wing though, is, you're actually better off losing than you are winning. Because at least when you're winning, you only do about 3 damage, which is okay at least, but then at least forget what I was going to say. But if you're going to lose, your opponent loses 2 life and you gain 1 pill, so you have the 1 pill advantage. Well, most likely unless they have piranhas or something, but we won't go into that. But if you get 1 pill back and you do 2 damage to them, so it's actually better off than doing 3 damage to them, I guess. So, but then you also have to count up all the fact about their damage as well and everything. It gets really confusing with C-Wing trying to explain it on this podcast, really.
My favorite part about C-Wing, which I don't think a lot of people take for granted, or maybe I'm just really bad at this game, is that when you have to go first, and the first round of the entire game, and you have to go first, you usually don't know what to play, because if you play one of your good cards, they might counter, then you lose a good card or something. You can play C-Wing first, and he's going to be very predictable. Everyone knows that it's probably going to be a 0-pill C-Wing. But you have that assurance that, oh well, at least that first turn is over with, hopefully I didn't screw up that badly. And that's a good thing.
Yeah. So, I think we're both agreed that C-Wing is a good card, but then at the same time could also cause complete calamity, if you know what I mean.
Right. Like, you obviously don't, if your opponent has a lot of high damage cards, you want to use C-Wing with caution, because you're going to take the damage. He doesn't damage reduce or anything. Yeah.
But I said earlier about he's a bit like a DR, but then he's not really. He's like a secret DR, if that makes any sense. But,
he's like a reverse DR, yeah.
Yeah, a reverse DR. I think I also said to you about the good thing about C-Wing is actually you could actually create your own 2-hit KOs. If, for example, you had a card that has that can deal 10 damage, so I suppose that's a kind of plus, really.
Especially if your opponent for some reason pills against C-Wing and uses 4 pills, and then second turn you basically just won. If someone uses a handful of pills against C-Wing for reasons I wouldn't know why, but
unfortunately that's probably never going to happen, though.
Right.
Unless you play against, some real big noob or whatever. But anyway, right, so I think C-Wing, good. What's your good, bad? What's your kind of rating on C-Wing?
Still give him 9 out of 10. I'm thinking kind of maybe 8.5 now, but for now he's a 9. I still think he's the second best. star filler, which is really strange because I really still like Zablia to the point where like I think she's the greatest card ever. Well, not really, but I think she's a really good card. But for some reason, I still think she's the worst 2-star right now for Vortex. It makes no sense in my mind.
I have no idea how to rate C-Wing. In my experiences, it hasn't been like a great experiences with him, but I can see him being. There's like so many good advantages, and then there's also like some bad advantages. So I can't rate C-Wing. It's just too hard. But I forgot to ask about like 2 stars and everything for the Vortex and everything, because now we actually have 3 good Vortex cards, and now it's going to be hard to work out the kind of hierarchy for the Vortex now.
That's true.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I think you said earlier with the I think it was Niholi or whatever. Yeah, whatever her name is.
That girl. Remember, her name is that girl.
That girl. Yeah, I don't think unless it's going to be huge